It's showtime.
Who are these socials?
Taking down the other podcasts one by one.
Who are these socials?
That clip is why people make fun of you.
With Karl
This is all just for the radio.
and Blind Mike.
We have a lot of business to take care of.
Who are these
We are
socials?
the number one podcast on the internet today.
WATS.
Welcome to yet another episode of WATS, the show thousands of people come to answer the age-old question, what's the deal with social media? You can't find another show that both ticks and talks. I'm your host, Karl Hamburger. With me, as always, is Mike Geary, a.k.a. Blind Mike. What's up, Mike?
All right, fine. I've done Coke 7 times and MDA 6 times. What do you want from me? All right? I'm getting my shit together.
Over what period of time, Mike?
Don't worry about it.
Over the last 28 years.
28 hours.
I have a real problem. You know, Mike, there are rumors going around that Hackamania is going to be a total disaster and that I won't read your super chats. The latter is simply not true. I will read every super chat. I'll even interrupt my blind co-host in a rude manner to do so. And of course, we still have the deal where if you super chat $25 or more, you get a personalized jingle that we play every time you super chat $5 or more after that to encourage that type of participation. We do
Act now,
appreciate it.
folks. That deal won't be around forever.
It
Hurry
won't
up.
be around forever. That is true. It's probably wearing thin as it is. So act now and get
It's going
that,
to be a jingle show in a few
get
months.
that amazing deal. Some people think it already is.
Yeah.
And you know who those people are? The people who don't like things like this.
Here come the guys with the banter. With the frosted tips, yeah. Here come the guys with the banter. The other can't see shit, yeah. Here come the guys with the banter.
It's very offensive talking about my frosted tips like that. I don't know how. You know, let me play a different banter jingle. That one's very offensive.
Karl and Blind Mike gonna talk about what they like. They're gonna chew the shit, as it's been said. And you know when you get to this part of the show, well, it's time for the banter.
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 All right.
Not everyone knows Spinal Tap. That's a movie from the 80s. Let's play a different banter jingle to get into it, right?
Man! Sir! Talk! Do you banter at me? Do you banter at me?
All right, so we start off with banter on the show. Most shows don't do this. We're not afraid to do it. Mike and I can have a conversation about anything we want to.
Just
and
riff, baby.
It's always great. It's compelling. It's interesting. People are into it. All I see on the subreddits is how amazing our banter is. People seem to love it. So why don't we get started? I will tell you, Mike, I was just watching MLC because Kevin Brennan invited Aaron Imholt onto the show along with Chad Zumach. And of course, Chad and Aaron have had a past year where Chad said a lot of horrible things and Aaron said a lot of horrible things. And so they
You gotta give Chad credit, though. I think might have predicted it to the day when April would leave Aaron. So,
well, that's
Kinda nailed
true. And to Aaron's credit, he said, all right, I want to give Chad his victory lap. I'm willing to let him know that he won this round and if he wants to come on and talk about that. But Chad's very bad at confrontation. He had a lot of thoughts in his head and he spewed them all out at once. He didn't know how to actually have a conversation back and forth. He's just yelling and, you know, just throws out names and words and stuff like that. And I was curious. I was thinking about this because, Mike, you're a level-headed guy. I like your style on these shows.
well, thank you.
Have you ever had a confrontation with someone on a show? Have you ever had like a back and forth or a shouting match?
Oh, yes. I lost my mind on Dave Portnoy once.
Really?
I believe Kirk Minahan described it as just 8 years of frustration pouring out of me.
How did that go? Did you feel good about it afterward? Did you wish you had done things differently?
No, I felt good about it. I don't think I'm a great yeller. Me yelling doesn't sound great, but I think Portnoy even said, like, I wish he just did that every time we argued. I respect him now. Well, not respect, but more, I guess.
Right. Yeah, let's not go that far.
Yeah.
That'd be
But no,
crazy.
like, it did feel good, and it made me realize, like, oh, and, like, alpha guys like that, they just want you to argue. They don't want you to be like, okay, well, whatever you say then. I guess that's fine.
Right. So I've done the shows with Stuttering John, where it was him and I debating back and forth, but that's not really my style. I've had people reach out to me and, we review their show and they're like, oh, come on your show. I'm like, well, that's not really what I do here. I'm not really, people talk about Anthony Cumia is always looking to get out of confrontation. I feel like I'm the same way. I don't think that's necessarily a fun thing to do.
Yeah, I don't look for if I'm clearly in the right, I will go towards it. But if I question myself at all, I'm like, okay, well then you're probably right. It's fine, no big deal.
I will say though, and I said this for months and then I just let it go. I did want to go on MLC to confront Kevin Brennan, and you reminded me of that because you said when you're in the right, it's kind of fun when you have all the ammo.
Well, that's what I mean. When it's like, okay, well, we could argue about it all day. Like, even with Stuttering John, I think you're clearly in the right, but there's no getting through to him. There's not where, like, if Kevin would just have an argument, not that Kevin's a level-headed guy, but I think he would understand your side of the point a little more than John would anyways.
He's not a reasonable person, but compared to Stuttering John, he's the most reasonable person to ever. Speaking of Stuttering John, I just listened to the Why Are You Laughing you put out of Stuttering John entering into the Dabbleverse. Shout out to Stuttering Sex Pest, who has been collecting all of our Stuttering John segments since 2018.
Made the work a lot easier for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, still a lot to go through and listen to. So great job putting that together. I did enjoy that.
Well, thank you.
Something that you pointed. Oh, go ahead.
I think I said basically my synopsis was like, we've traveled a long way, but we're standing in the same place or something like that. Like, it's amazing how similar it is, where at the end of the day, Stuttering John, if you look back at it, is mad at you because you said his show stunk. That's what this all is.
Yep. And we're still there. Correct. So I thought this was interesting because in the, what's the Kiwi Farms website?
Right.
There's a lot of threads. There's a thread about me on there. And someone was talking about how Stuttering Sex Pest uploaded every WATP segment featuring Stuttering John in chronological order. It says, current uploads, 2018 to 2019, 6 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And
I pointed this out too.
You pointed this out too. You're like, well, when we first started talking about him, it wasn't a main segment.
Right.
2020, it was 15 hours plus. 2021, it was 20 hours plus. 2022 is 46 hours plus. 2023, a staggering 48
Oh,
hours.
I didn't notice that. Holy shit.
And according to this post, he hasn't even covered all of 2023 yet.
Wow.
And so they're, the point of this is they're saying, like, what's wrong with this guy? He keeps talking about Stuttering John. Now, I don't live in Kansas City, but I would imagine if you listen to sports radio in Kansas City, they're talking about the Chiefs a lot more in the last few years than they used to. And they're probably not talking about the Royals all that much.
Well, actually, I had a different perspective on it, where my angle was more like it was 6 hours, 20. They covered 2 years, 2018, 2019. And then part one of 2020 was 8 hours. And in my mind, that was because I thought John ramped it up. We listened to him in that time, start sending you cease and desists and threatening lawsuits.
That's what I mean. There's more to talk about.
Someone pointed out that I didn't even cover him going to the mafia after you.
Right.
So I didn't even mention that. And that's where it's like, well, yeah, obviously you're going to talk about him more progressively.
That's what I mean. There's more to talk about I have a lot of friends in Detroit, and Detroit sports talk now is all about the Lions. Even though the NFL season won't start for months, no one wants to talk about the Tigers. No one wants to talk about the Red Wings or the Pistons. They're all talking about the Lions. The Lions are good right now.
That's what sells, baby. Yeah.
Right. Stuttering John is interesting. He's good. That's why we talk about him as much as we do. One more thing I want to talk to you about in the banter section. And I actually watched the movie Unfrosted, Jerry Seinfeld's movie.
Oh, boy.
It's on Netflix. The reason why I watched it was because of you talking about it on the Blind Mike Project. We were listening to that.
You hadn't seen it prior?
No, I hadn't seen it.
Okay.
We were talking about that, Bill Burr talking about how great it is with Bill Maher.
Yeah.
And it was really awkward. Just like, isn't that great? Isn't that a great movie? Yeah, people say it sucks. Yeah, they're crazy. They're wrong. I mean, obviously it's really good.
Yeah.
Mike, I couldn't believe how bad that movie was.
Thank you. I kept trying to give Jerry excuses. I was like, maybe there's visual stuff I'm not really getting. But it's like, the problem is like Bill Maher and Bill Maher were basically saying like, oh, people must not have gotten a lot of the references. I'm an older soul. I got all believe me.
Yep, me
They
too.
hammered me over the head. I forget what it was. I said this on KMS the other day. I forget what it was, the reference they made. But I described it as, not only did I get the reference, I could feel Jerry grab my shoulder and beating me over the head with it. It was
Yeah.
it was so obvious with it. Like, I feel like the references they weren't clever, they weren't creative. It was all like, hey, can you believe this? Yeah, right. Like we'll ever go to the moon because it's 1963.
Right.
Yeah, no, we
You know,
went. Yeah,
We
you know.
get it. We know what happens. And,
Yeah, like John Kennedy's ever gonna die. It's like, okay.
it's so bad. And the cast is amazing. You can't get a better cast of people together. You minus Amy Schumer and Melissa McCarthy, but you can't get a better cast of people together to make a movie. And I think that was their downfall. It reminded me of the 1978 movie Sgt. Pepper's, where they had this amazing cast of people. They're doing the music of the Beatles with the Bee Gees, and it's this movie that should be incredible, and it's terrible. I am curious what Unfrosted is going to be 20, 30 years from now.
That's what I said. Is maybe it becomes like, we're taking it. The one caveat I did give is like I was so mad in the first 5 minutes.
Yes.
That I just couldn't watch the rest of it with an open mind. I was like, I was just so in the mindset of this is terrible. But like even stuff like I mentioned the Mad Men cameo with Don Draper and Roger Sterling.
Yep.
I saw it coming so far away I couldn't run out of the room fast enough. I was like, please no, don't do this. Don't now take down not only Jerry Seinfeld but now the character of Don Draper.
Even Blind Mike saw that one coming.
Yes.
What does that tell you? That's not a good sign.
No, it was rough.
But it's shocking to me that a guy like Jerry Seinfeld, and this is what I was talking about with Drew, Jerry hasn't failed at anything he's ever done. He was the best stand-up when he did stand-up. He had the best sitcom when he did a sitcom. Even Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee is groundbreaking in so many ways.
Comedian is a great documentary that like comics respect and love.
Yes, good call. Yeah, forgot about that. And then he goes on to make his, I think that was his debut as a director, right?
Yeah, I don't know what he did in B Movie.
I don't
know how involved
but whatever.
he was in
It's a
that, but
voiceover cartoon. It's very different. This movie was hot garbage, and I got to think that everyone was looking around the room and going, "Well, we have all these geniuses here. It's got to be great." Like there had to be someone who was on set going, "Is the Snap, Crackle, and Pop working for anyone else? Is the Quaker Oats guy working? Like, what are we doing?
We get it, Jerry. They're breakfast cereal characters. We got it. They're already silly. You don't have to make them sillier.
Oh, God. With the fucking Rice Krispie. Oh, it's a treat.
That's maybe the worst line ever in any movie.
It made me so angry.
It's a real treat.
It's a real treat.
We got it, Jerry. But I think the one person who was probably satisfied watching that movie would have been Larry David. Where he's like,
yes.
Yeah. So I was the backbone of that show.
Yeah. Good call on that. All right. Let's get into it. I want to start off. Matt Fish sent this in on our Discord. If you go to whoarethese.com, there's a link to our Discord server. You can join for free, and there's a channel in there for Who Are These Socials, and people put in suggestions for what we should talk about on this show on there. And this is Dana White is on the Pete and Sebastian show.
Okay.
And listen to this. I'm curious what your thoughts are on what Dana White is saying right here.
All right.
This is the biggest. When I say that this is the biggest thing on social media, we started this 13 months ago. This thing has 13 million followers on social media.
All right. So Dana White is talking about a thing called Power Slap. More on that to come.
Yeah.
More on that in a moment.
The guy who slapped his wife.
I've been on social media since I was one of the first fucking Twitter guys, right? I have 20 million followers. This thing already has 13. It's bigger than the NHL. It's bigger than the PGA, NASCAR. We're crushing it. We're about to pass Major League Baseball as far as numbers go, right?
Wow.
Then, now, when you talk about numbers on views on this thing, take every sport on earth, combine all their numbers together, and multiply it by 4. Power Slap beats it.
What?
Isn't that fascinating?
How can that? It's certainly fascinating.
All of the sports on earth combine their numbers together, multiply by 4, and a thing I've never heard of. Until today, I've never heard of Power Slap.
I thought it was wasn't it supposed to be like a TBS show or something like that? I didn't even realize it was an organized sport.
Well, Dana White is one of these guys who's a boomer, and it's very easy to manipulate these people. And I'm sorry that I'm using these harsh terms, but I was in digital marketing for a long time.
Sure.
And it's very easy to go in and go, look at these numbers. This is crazy. Compare that to Major League Baseball. It's just like, okay, but these are all the things we're ignoring right now. To say that the Premier League in England is being dwarfed. I mean, you think about how big soccer is internationally.
Or yeah, would FIFA count in this?
Yeah, right. That's what he's saying. Every
all
sport,
sports anywhere.
yeah, all sports everywhere. You think about how big soccer is internationally. He's going, this thing Power Slap we're doing is 4 times larger than that, and everything else combined, NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB. And it's ridiculous.
Sebastian Maniscalco is not Mike Wallace. He's just like, oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Well, this is what most people, when they're guests, they have a guest on their show, this is what most people do. Wow, good for you. That's fascinating. I personally, I don't do an interview show. And this is the reason why. I would have been like, what? That's insane. That can't be possibly right. I can ask 30 people on the street if they've heard of Major League Baseball or if they've heard of Power Slap, and I'm going to get 30 yeses and 30 no's.
Even if I had Dana White on my show and it was like, let's say it's a guy I love, like it's fucking Louis C.K. or something, I think I'd still be like, oh, awesome. Craig, look that up for me real quick.
Yeah, right.
That seems crazy to me.
Hey, Jamie, can we get a look at that real quick? Jamie, you want to Google that? Just make sure that's correct. That's great, Dana. That's awesome. I'm glad your thing's doing well. So can you explain what Power Slap is?
Can I explain it?
Yeah, can you? Because if not, I can give it a try.
Not real. Is it just like a slap competition?
Yeah, it's a slap competition. So literally 2 people walk up to each other and start slapping each other one at a time.
Sweet.
And go back and forth. Now, is that fun? Yes. I'm not against that. That sounds fun. Is it better than hockey? No, not a billion years it's better than hockey. What are you talking about?
The NFL?
It's fucking insane. It's to be stupid to even think that. All right.
It's like, they do the thing like have Mike Trout go to a Dick's Sporting Goods and see if anyone recognizes him or something like that. I mean, have the slap, whatever it's called.
Yeah, right.
The LeBron James of slapping. Have him wear his jersey out in public and see if anyone knows who he is.
It's hilarious. All right, let's check out some tunes.
Who are these music? Who are these music?
This one comes in from Trent M. He says this is an all-American pastime. We've been seeing a lot of these types of songs lately.
Cool in mid-July, took a ton of pills and feeling high. I like to laugh and I love to play, getting fucked up at the YMCA. But I hate the fat kids who running around, the ones too buoyant to even drown. Good for me though I have a move, and only whale-ass kids will disapprove. I love to trip fat kids at the public pool, watch them flop around, man, it fucking rules. Not sorry, it's funny, it's double blonde. Yeah, go ahead, bitch, tell the fucking lifeguard. What can I say, it's just my style. I trip fat kids with a big old smile. Dumb wife says that it ain't right, but when piggies fall it's pure delight. I had a mom once just unload on me, claimed I lacked humanity. Said sorry ma'am, but your kid's a pig, and it's a damn fault he got that big. I love to trip fat kids at the public pool, watch them face plant in that fucking drool. No regret in tripping a fatty buck. You can tell on me, I don't give a fuck.
That one goes out to my buddy Vinny Paulino, tripping fat kids at the YMCA. And look we're self-deprecating on this show. We're a couple fat guys. We still find this fun.
Yes, absolutely. And what I like about it is, like on Why You Laughing, I talk a lot about how, current comedians and TV writers, things like that, they grew up on TV. They didn't live as much of a life as past writers. What I like about this songwriter is he lived a life. He lived experiences. Right. Like tripping. That's very specific to write a song about,
It's also something like we're going into summer right now. and it's something we can all look forward to.
True. Song of the summer.
You know, yeah. I mean, think about it. You know, there's pool parties. Your friends inviting you over to the house. You probably have a fat friend. Invite him too.
Sure. It could be
Have
his
some
walk-in
fun.
song.
Waving.
Hello, folks.
Yeah, I like that you're treating it like it's a pro wrestling event. All of a sudden, you hear a trip kids at the public. Like, whoa, Vinny's here! Holy shit! Here he comes! Here's his entrance music. Amazing. All right, here's another song I got for us. This one came in from Psychotic on the Discord, and I think it speaks for itself.
I love cats. Yo amo a los gatos. They bring me happiness, it's true. Ellos me traen felicidad, es verdad.
I just want to point out that this mutant who just played this song has a very nice guitar. That is a very expensive PRS that she's almost playing a little bit, kind of.
Well, your prior words probably took away from that compliment, but
You're right. Good point. I wasn't complimenting her. I was talking about the guitar
I understand,
specifically, which could have good tone if she knew how to use it. But
well, we don't understand the language. You know, it's a different culture.
I think that song was called "I Love Cats."
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't pick up on that.
Well, it trailed off. I thought you were speaking another language.
Yeah, it did get weird at the end.
Okay.
But- all right, let me go back, Mike. Let's see if we catch the
God
essence
damn
of
it.
this song.
I'm sorry. I remember.
I love cats.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be in my head all night. That's a real earworm right there. I love cats.
I can take care of them for you when you're in Florida.
You know what? I might take you up on that. Oh wait, I don't have any cats. Now I remember. All right, let's hit some super chats real quick.
Yay, super chats.
Rocco Orb 2002 says, Team Lisa Boswell. You know what? If we keep talking, show's not going to end. And I'm starving.
Well,
Flex.
those ladies are big fans of mine, so I appreciate it.
I know. They love you. Flex316 gifted one Who Are These Podcast memberships. Thank you very much for doing that. Of course, if you are a member of the YouTube channel, go to the community tab for all the bonus shows and watch the live WATPs on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Ben R, $5. Nice music. Is Hackride producing today? How dare you?
I don't. Hey, he's a good man. You stop.
How dare you? Those are fighting words right there. Karl watched Unfrosted for hair tips. I see what you did. I see what you did there.
I thought it was a how-to video.
Bad at Karate, member for 5 months, says, Mike saw it coming 4 inches away. Yes, very good.
I have to hold it a little closer, yeah.
Like Rolling Stone, $5 says, the movie's frosted, the tips are frosted. That's gold, Jerry, gold. Texas Law Dog, $5 says, take all the numbers on Earth, multiply it by 10, and those are the pickleball numbers, my friend. Yeah, right. Just maybe we should be asking GG33 about this. Maybe he has some insights into these numbers.
All right, Gigi, how big's the sport?
Let's talk about it. Reverend Shitstain Powerful Pooper recently on Who Are These Broadcasters, $5 says, 6 Power Slap fighters were suspended last year at a match because they had meth and roids. Most fighters are ex-cons, guaranteed salary of $10,000 with $1,500 purse.
Hey,
Okay.
you don't have to tell us that. It's the biggest sport that's ever been created. Like, we didn't follow that news story, dickhead.
Wow. $10,000 the average salary. That's like a bus driver. It's like a school bus driver. Like, all right. Reverend should state again. $2 says they also get 0 coverage. Can't sue for concussions. Oh, they don't have any health coverage. Oh,
That's good.
You know, a sport where you don't not wearing any headgear and someone smashes you in the face over and over again. Nah,
Well, it
no
was
problems
wi-
there.
It's wild because I remember, like, as that league was coming out, there was a video of Dana White slapping his wife in real life. And everyone was just like, big deal.
Ah, he's the champ so far. Who's going to take him down now? Rocco Orb 2002, $5 says, Dana power slaps channels that criticize him with the same vigor that he slaps his wife. There you go.
Uh-oh.
Guys are having the same thought. Eddie Havoc, $5 says, haven't seen a performance like that since Windows 96 Man on Eurovision. Yeah, the Eurovision Song Contest. You familiar with that at all, Mike?
I don't think so, no.
It's a big deal in Europe. Douche to the Devil verse $5 says, I love cats in Lisa's voice. I love cats. I like cats.
It's going to be sad when we lose Karl, like how Jim Norton just started the Chip podcast and like
Yep.
it kind of took over. Karl's going to do the Lisa Boswell cast and not going to be able to talk to him like a normal human being anymore.
What do you mean by that?
See?
Hey, Mike, guess what? Guess what, Mike?
What?
I'm starting a new podcast. Starting a new show.
Okay, well, you can find a co-host.
Can you believe that?
I believe it.
It's going to be me and Helga. It's going to be great. She won't even know. She won't even know that Lisa Boswell isn't there.
Take that act to the creep off. Leave it out of here.
Pony Power 2, $2 says, glad you finally opened my gift on WATP. Yes. Pony Power 2, I can't express this enough. What an amazing gift. So Lucy Tightbox gets a lot of gifts in the mail at our P.O. box. Find it on whoarethese.com if you want to send us stuff. And she opens this one up. And inside are 2 dildos. Now, not just any dildos, Mike.
Yeah.
They are both 3D printed dildos with Stuttering John's face at the tip of the penis.
Nice.
And one of them actually plays audio and lights up and plays
fun.
Stuttering John saying different things.
That's a fun Christmas ornament.
Right. Well, I was actually, it's more for Lucy to jerk off with, but I mean, I guess
Well,
maybe
yeah,
in December she could put it down for a moment and have it be an ornament.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, obviously that's a gross gift, and I do have a P.O. box at blindmike.net if you guys want to check that out.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you very much for that, Pony Power. Let's head over to YouTube, shall we?
Who are these YouTube videos? Who are these YouTube videos? Oh.
This one came in from Dash. Now, Dash is the person who sent us the that crazy video from the White House
Yes.
where Joe Biden was giving these people a house plant and saying, hey, glad you bought a house in Vegas with a window. Here you go.
Right.
So it's like these weird PR puff pieces being put on by the executive branch for some reason. And he says, I think the last one I sent is still the best, but there's a couple more. I'm not even a political person, pretty close to Blind Mike's position, but these are like insulting to everyone's intelligence at this point.
Okay.
So this is Kamala Harris. It's pretty much her sizzle reel, as if this 60-second video is going to convince us like, oh yeah, no, our VP has got it going on. She's great.
It's very important.
Yeah, let's see this.
When you know what you stand for, you know what to fight for.
Oh my gosh, there was
We are
a shirt being held up just now in a crowd that says the VP looks like me. Because that's the most important thing in the government. You want their skin color to be similar to yours. Obviously, that's
What was it this way? Because maybe I don't remember because I was a child, but I feel like when I was like 90s, early 2000s, we didn't need to make our politicians like pop stars. We didn't need to like relate to them in a way where like, fucking, I love Kamala, Mamala. Like we didn't need
Right.
to do that, right? I don't know.
no. It's gotten very weird. It's gotten very convoluted. And I was actually going to ask you about that because you're younger than me and you grew up in Boston, which is the most segregated place. The most segregated city, I think, in the
Well,
world.
you should see Western Mass where I actually grew up. That's even more.
Okay. Because, yeah, so you have your different pockets of different people.
Yeah.
But do you, and this is something that, and maybe people will debate me, I'm a white male, what do I know? But I see these things going on TV where all these people are just like, we need representation and we need people of this color and this race and this religion and this thing. I live my life, my day-to-day life, and I travel a lot and stuff too. Nobody gives a fuck.
Right.
Like, as Americans, we all get along and it's fine. I've never get into like a crazy argument with someone who's a different skin color than me. I don't have a Confederate flag on my car. I don't see any Confederate flags anywhere I go. Like, what are we? What's going on?
Maybe I live in a bubble, but I've never known anyone that has had a story where it's like based on my race or gender. I went in to apply for a job, and they were like, "Get the fuck out of here!
Could you
We aren't
imagine us?
taking your kind."
Could you imagine us hiring a gay? Yeah, right.
As if.
As if that would happen. This is fucking insane, but okay, let's watch this.
We are prepared to fight for the right of all people to have access to the ballot, to love who they love openly and with pride.
Yes. The worst thing is when Kamala tries to dance to hip hop or dance beats.
First of all,
So
it's,
awkward.
I feel like if I was a person of color, I'd be offended by that. Like,
Yes,
stop acting
you're right.
like
It's so
like
unrelatable.
how you think we act.
Right. What's your favorite Drake song, Kamala? Explain that to me.
To be free from the fear of gun violence or hate.
Fight, fight, fight.
Long little rap.
To be free to make decisions about one's own body and not having the government. And when we fight, we win.
It's a lot of her hugging people and embracing people. Very triumphant. So
Can these two just steal the election with some dignity? You know,
right, yes. Let's just pretend everyone voted for you again and call it a day. So I was thinking about this when I watched this because Kamala Harris, like people don't like Kamala Harris. And I was thinking, when was the last time we had a likable vice president? It's crazy to think about because if you just go back in the past, we had Pence, terrible, Biden, garbage, Cheney, one of the worst
Right.
ever,
A monster,
Gore,
yeah.
Gore, awful, Quayle, a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And yet she's the worst. Somehow she's the worst. And listen, it could have been Sarah Palin, but McCain was unelectable. I mean, it could have been worse than her. It could have been Sarah.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why. 'Cause
Why?
every late night show and SNL and like newspapers and all that shit made fun of Dan Quayle and Dick Cheney and all these guys. Now the media will tell you like, isn't she hilarious? Like, isn't she so funny and cool when she goes on with Drew Barrymore?
That's a great point. You're right, because yeah, Dan Quayle was the laughing stock. Like
Everyone's like, look at this fucking moron.
he spelled potato wrong, and then Sarah Palin said that I could see Russia from my house. Like they're like, well, never let them live that down. Kamala Harris says shit like that every day. It's the dumbest shit ever.
And it's weird because like young kids, like if you make fun of her on Twitter or whatever. I mean, if you're someone with a following and you make fun of her on Twitter, there's like young kids that'll be like, "Shut the fuck! That's our queen, you asshole!"
Well, and it's funny that you bring up that word, queen, because yeah, we're treating these people like they're royalty. They're
Right.
supposed to be public servants, supposed to work for us. Just FYI. All right, enough politics. There was another video in here that Dash sent along. It's called Vice President Harris Celebrates Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Oh, no.
And I can't even play it. There's no words or anything. It's just her pandering to these people.
We'll summarize it. She played joke, and that's
No. It's so embarrassing. This shit. I don't know who's fucking buying this and going, oh yeah, this is great. Let's talk about Julia Fox. We talk about Julia Fox a lot on this show, as you know. And of course, that has led to us reviewing her book on our crossover episodes we do on our Patreons.
yes.
Julia Fox had a big announcement this week. My buddy Mike sent me a text. He's like, "Did you see this shit, Karl?"
Oh, really?
Yeah. My buddy, my other buddy Mike sent me a text. He's like, "Karl, did you see about this?" He goes, "Yeah, I saw something. I saw this on TV, and I looked it up." So Julia Fox has a new show on the E Network.
Yeah, and she's done a horrible job promoting because the first trailer came out like 2 or 3 months ago, and she hasn't promoted it at all.
Well, she actually is promoting it in these clips we're about to watch.
Yeah.
The show is called, for some reason, OMG Fashun, but it's
OMG.
Fashun.
Oh,
It's Fashun.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's really stupid, but
Fashun.
all right. She's being introduced by this is like Good Morning America or something. It's like the third
Today
hour.
Show, I think. Yeah.
Today Show, whatever. I don't watch any of this shit. Let's see what this looks like.
Julia Fox is known for many things as an actress in movies like Uncut Gems, a best-selling author for her memoir Down the Drain, and a fashion rule breaker.
Now she's shining the spotlight on a new generation of style disruptors with the premiere of her competition series OMG Fashion.
All right, I hate the way she's introduced. You know her from movies like, that one she's in? you might recognize her from that one movie she was in.
What do you mean, like? Name some others.
Right. Are there any other examples? Of course there aren't. Definitely not. All right. So we've been talking about this for a while, and I'm not a fashionista. I don't know what the hell's going on with this shit.
No.
All I know is that Julia Fox's fashion is garbage. She looks like a fucking idiot. And check out this dress she's wearing on this show.
We have to talk about your outfit. Those outfits are cool, but what you've put together.
I mean, look at this.
First of all, will you tell us what you used to make this outfit?
So I didn't actually make this outfit. A designer named Haram made this out.
I actually used no sense of taste and low self-esteem, and that's how I made this outfit.
Poor Haram is like, hey, don't put this on me. You asked for a sneaker dress, bitch.
Of old sneakers. And I just thought it was so cute. I love the little, the frill.
Yes.
Yeah, I like merging two different worlds, sporty
with
and girly.
feminine.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. I feel like it's exciting and, it's what our show is about,
She's already fucking plugging the show. The first question, tell me about your dress. Well, we do this kind of stuff on the show. Check out the show.
Taking the old and making it new and desirable. And I always tell everyone, I'm like, listen, you don't have to be rich to be the most stylish person in the room.
Yeah.
Go look in your closet, put something together, be creative, and you'll be the coolest person in the room.
Were you?
All right, so, Mike, am I to believe that having the most crazy, wacky outfit makes you the coolest person in the room?
Well, that's kind of what I was going to say is that I agree. You don't have to be rich to be the most stylish person in the room, but you can't be a homeless person who is literally
Right,
like, hey,
yes.
it's a traffic cone. Not anymore. It's my outfit.
I just love that she equates, like, it doesn't matter what your personality is or what you're talking about. You want to be cool, you got to repurpose sneakers into a bra. Well,
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
if you find old fucking egg crates, you've got an outfit.
Maybe that's true in your world. What do I know? I'm an idiot. This is funny. This is a fun clip.
Well, the fashion world often seems untouchable and something far away, but who believed in you? Who was the person who made you feel like, yeah, actually, I can do this?
Me.
It's so funny because as I'm watching this clip, I'm answering that question in my own head, and I said, an idiot. And then she goes, me, and I went, holy shit, I got it right.
You're both right, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
It's crazy, so I imagine as we it's interesting to know now, kind of a spoiler, that when we get through her book, she's not going to end up thanking anyone. She's going to bury everyone that comes into her life, apparently.
What did Julia Fox answer that as? How did somebody help you with getting to this place that you're in life? No, of course not. I did this all on my own.
Yeah, I've never given a fuck about Good Morning America or the Today Show or any of those shows.
Yeah.
But having to timestamp this interview actually made me realize there's a skill to it. Because when she says that, they're like, yeah, but obviously you're not really a stuck-up bitch like that, right, Jules?
Yeah.
Like, they have to keep that. It's
save
impressive
that,
to keep that energy.
Yeah. Oh, dude. This is difficult to do. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I could never do this job that Hoda and Jenna are doing here.
No.
It's pretty crazy. All right, so now she's talking about her new living arrangement because they bring up the fact that she had that viral video come out where she got that shitty Manhattan apartment where there's
I think that's the first time we talked
feces.
about her, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's the reason why she was on our radar. So they bring that up, and apparently things are better now, which is good.
So I think it was a couple years ago, you had a viral video because we took a little tour of your apartment, which was super cute. Well, now things are changing.
Which was super cute. Yeah, when you talked about how, it's great that we have the rats coming in here and eating the cereal off the floor in case we make a mess. It's great. That's super cute.
That's how I talk to bums on the subway here in Boston. I'm like, oh, little schmoopy, you look so cuddly wuddly.
You've gotten a place with some friends.
You live with your bestie.
I like that idea.
I do.
What made you decide to do that?
You know, we're you know that movie, like 3 Men and a Baby?
Yes.
We're like 3 gays and a baby.
Holy shit. So now that you mentioned that, Mike, I'm picking up on it. This yes-anding they have to do on their show, it's got to be draining. You know that
Nice
movie
one, Jules.
You know that movie 3 Men and a Baby? Yes! I am aware of that flick. What? Fucking let her finish her thought. Jesus Christ, relax.
It's also nothing like that situation. The child is living with its mother.
Correct. It's nothing like that at all. But all right,
and her roommates.
But they're very excited. Hoda is smiling ear to ear. They're very excited about this.
And I love it. We all kind of, you know, co-parent my son, and he's just the happiest little boy. He's never seen anyone fighting. He's never seen anyone crying. He's never seen anything get broken. You know, it's just such a positive environment. Yeah. And I feel like, you know, that's kind of the direction that I hope people will go in. You know, you don't have to like fit the mold and
That's really cool.
What the fuck? So she goes, I love it because everyone else is parenting for me. Like, she literally just said that. She goes, well, it's my son, but I brought these roommates in to do that work because that sucks. I want to be out making sneaker dresses.
You feel a little bad for Julia because when you take the route that she's taken of being like kind of confident and arrogant about things, nothing can fail. When in reality, I can speak from experience. When one of your parents has to move in with roommates, you're not like, he's doing great.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Things are looking up for old dad.
So wait, Aunt Krista, is that really my aunt? No, but she's going to be watching for the next weekend. So be respectful.
But hey, no one's smashing anything, so you're living a great life.
That's crazy too. So no one in the house is breaking every glass. What was she talking about in her book? It was like
wine glasses. And
every wine glass was being chucked down and smashed on the floor. And then they were pulling every frame off the wall and smashing over the father's head. She's like, it's not like how I grew up. Thank goodness. No one's doing that.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's amazing. I love that she thinks that's the only other option.
That's the line. Yeah.
You can grow up with your mom and dad, and then it's chaos and violence all the time, or me and my roommates, and it's amazing.
Yeah, or Demarius can bring his gay lover over.
Yeah, right.
Your son can be introduced to that.
All right, so now they walk over to the table, and they start talking about what the show is that she's going to be doing on E!, the show about fashion.
Let's start with Slinkies.
Well, I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. You know, obviously I would just go in on like, you know, a bracelet. You could even like tack it to the shoulder and make it a sleeve.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
You know?
That's kind of cute.
But also when you upcycle, you don't always have to like show the item you're upcycling. Like you could put this under a dress shirt and just
give the volume.
Yeah, have that round sleeve effect. Like that could be cool.
Very
you know?
cute.
Like
how about these little skinny guys?
the little ones, maybe I'm still going.
Yeah,
in your hair,
earrings,
necklace.
Ooh, a necklace would be cool.
A crown. I don't want to mess my hair up.
It's too
a
perfect.
belt.
Oh yeah.
You know.
She keeps staring at herself in the monitor. I can't not see that. She's
really?
staring at her. She's not making eye contact with her, with the other women or the camera. She's just staring at herself in the monitor.
Well, this is how, like, if you're into fashion and someone was actually an expert at this, I can understand how that would be interesting. It would never be for me, but I get how someone could like that. But literally, Julia was about to be like, the little ones, I don't really know what I would do with those. And Hoda had to be like, how about earrings, you dumb bitch? How about this is your job? And you make them earrings.
Yeah, the yes-anding is infuriating. And I'm wondering if people are watching this at home. There's people watching this at home. Are they nodding their heads and going, yeah, slinky under the shirt sleeve, great idea. That would look cool.
The show is not like what would make a great outfit. It's like I show you a slinky, and you basically have to identify what body part that would fit over. It's like
upcycling, yes.
I guess that would be over your arm, I guess, because you can't fit it over your head to put it around your neck.
So this is upcycling is the whole point of the show.
Yes,
yes. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Right? What is the weirdest thing you've ever upcycled?
I think probably condoms.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
That sure is.
Okay. But they weren't used, I swear. I don't do that.
Also great.
So these women are so uncomfortable with this.
Jesus
Hoda is
Christ.
hiding her face under her hair right now. She's like, oh boy, okay. Talking about condoms right now. It's
There's no cum in them, though. Don't worry. No one
it's-
splooged in them.
It's 10:30 a.m. What are we? Why are we talking about this right now? What are you doing?
A mom is getting her kid ready for school, turns on the Today Show, and Julia Fox is just like, but there's no cum in the condoms.
Could you imagine using a used condom for upcycling? How would you do that?
But it's not like she doesn't have an impressive skill where she can make it look cool or anything. She's literally like, just, what would that go on? It's like I could walk out into the living room and be like, Karl, does this look like a blanket to you? Well, it's actually a cape.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Hey, check out this this amazing toy. What would you do with it? It could be an earring. Like that's the lowest hanging fruit possible.
It's literally what my niece and nephew do.
Yeah. All right. Let's get back into some super chats real quick because our boy CMOS is here in the super chat.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat. CMOS 4044. With support like this, Karl can treat Vinny to an extra 2 million pizzas.
He says, nothing to say. Jingle me and take my money. We will. Thank you for the €5. Koof.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you for not killing yourself. Thank you for not killing yourself, Koof. And normal Mike Henry $5 says, Montel introduced us to Kamala. Another reason why Jerry Springer was the best trash TV. Agreed. Normal Mike Henry says, Mike doesn't see skin color. That's true.
It's true.
It's on the list.
That is true.
Douche of the Dabbleverse $5.
It's on the list.
Yeah, Mike, your stuttering jaundice vid was fantastic today. Even though I was there since the beginning of the Dabbleverse, it was riveting. Karl, where is my jingle? Do I owe Douche of the Dabbleverse a jingle, or do we have one for him?
Thank you, buddy. That wasn't douchey at all.
All right, we'll get you your jingle. I don't think I have it yet. I apologize for that, but it's been a couple weeks since we've created a new one. I got to work on that. I'll get on it. Rocco RB 2002 $2 says Kamala sounds like a not hot Fran Drescher. Ooh, good call. Good call. Normal Mike Henry $2. Having tits like that is a cheat code for life. Is he talking about me or you?
Probably me. I'm not sure.
I'm kidding. I think it was probably Julia Fox.
I don't know.
I think it was probably Julia Fox, Mike. Stop taking all the credit for the nice tits around here. Steve Morton, $5 says, does Unfrosted have a scene where someone says, I have a feeling this Vietnam thing is going to go smoothly? It might as well.
Yes. Yes. No, it does.
Does it really?
I swear. Yes.
I forgot about that.
Jim Gaffigan goes, oh, we're going to Vietnam. That sounds like a pretty good idea. I swear to Christ.
And Bill Maher or Bill Burr, one of them goes, I don't think the kids get the references. You know, we know.
Bill Burr at least like had to. Bill Maher is where I was like, you're not part of this movie. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, because he just had Jerry on the show.
Yeah.
And Jerry kissed his ass. By the way, I don't know if you saw that. I played a bunch of clips on Drew's show, and it's on our bonus episode if you're on our Patreon. But Jerry goes on there, and he explains to Bill Maher that he watches his show every episode.
Yeah.
Bill Maher goes, hey, thank you so much for coming on, Jerry. I really appreciate it. Jerry goes, yeah, no, I watch every episode of Club Random. And Bill goes, you do? Jerry goes, yeah. When you texted me, asked me to do the show, I said, yeah, I watch every episode. I'll be on. And Bill goes, oh. It's like, what the fuck is going on with these people? They're literally surprised by things that they already know.
That is kind of wild that Jerry is watching every episode of, like, when, what was the clip you played where someone was saying that someone got super drunk on Bill Maher and talked about getting their dick sucked and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, yes. I forget who that was, but he does get some weird things.
Jerry's just nodding his head. He's like, nice.
Yeah, that's good for him. Well, the reason why Jerry's watching Bill Maher is they've been friends since '79. They've known each other forever.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes sense that they would be they'd be friends. Rocco Orb 2002 $5. Jenna Bush looked like she wanted to raid her dad's drug stash. All right, if we're going to talk about presidents' families, we can get into that.
I suppose.
Miguel coming in. I know Miguel has a jingle on here.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat, Miguel. We sure appreciate it. Blind Mike might not be able to see, but we know for sure he can at least smell that Karl has frosted tips.
A fashion rule breaker, aka a hot piece of garbage. And KJ coming in.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat, KJ. The Instagram jingle lyrics seem to be studied more than the Dark Side of the Moon album.
KJ $5 says, so Julia Fox basically ripped off the fashion in Zoolander. Derelict.
Yes. Yeah, actually.
That's a good point. Yeah, if she comes on with a piano tie, I'll be very upset. Next picks, $7 says, haven't heard my jingle in a while. Figured I'm due. P.S. Get your shit together. Nikki Rackets. Yeah, I actually do have a clip about that. Let's hit this first.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
First you say you love me, then you say you hate me. Everything turns to shit.
Thanks so much, Naxpix. You have been promoted to a general in the Dabbleverse to serve only Under Secretary of the Treasury, David Chandler.
All right, now back to the show, everybody. Can't say I remember that one.
That might be my favorite one because it feels like we outsourced it to a different company or something.
Right, yeah. Like people who don't know how English works. They're just like, we'll put together something for you. Here you go. It's fine. Well, what Doug from the Jingles Department does is he goes back and he finds all these old songs that I've recorded in multiple bands at his studio over the years and just pulls random excerpts from that and then a bunch of other random shit. So
I like it.
Yeah, it's a little walk down memory lane for me and nobody else.
Yes.
Which is always fun. All right, since we're on YouTube, we got a note from AJ, and he says, I'm sure you've all heard of this guy, but I've never heard you mention him. The Report of the Week on YouTube. This guy does fast food reviews and looks like a time traveler, alien, or the human version of the Geico lizard.
Okay.
He has almost 3 million subs and is entertaining, but he creeps me out at the same time. So I was checking out the Report of the Week. There's a new sandwich available at Burger King that he was recently talking about.
Nice.
Hello, everyone. This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, The Report of the Week. Thank you for checking in. Burger King. I think they've already hit another home run here with this latest release. As always, they are the pinnacle of innovation, authenticity, and quality.
So, Mike, let me explain what's going on here.
Please.
There's this guy thing with his hair slicked all back. He's wearing like a tux vest. He's dressed very formally.
Okay.
And for some reason with this wacky voice, he's explaining and he's going to review the new Philly Melt available at Burger King. So it's an interesting juxtaposition.
I kind of like it.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. So let's get into it. He's going to talk about what makes this new burger a Philly Melt.
Please.
It has royal sauce. It comes on toasted bread, and then it has Swiss cheese, peppers, and onions. So there you go. That's Philadelphia right there. That's the Philly Melt. Because obviously if you put some onions and peppers on something, then that makes it Philly, of course. I just can't take this stuff seriously. I'm sorry. Obviously some peppers and onions. That makes it Philly right there. So there you go. The Philly Melt from Burger King for you. I'm gonna try it out.
Okay.
Why is he so amused?
Well, this is the thing about this. It's very dry. I can't figure out what the entertainment part is of this, but obviously AJ thinks it's entertaining, and so do a lot of other people.
Can I ask, a lot of people think I have an old-timey voice. Is this what I sound like to people?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. I was worried that was true. I'm glad you were honest with me.
Your vocal doppelganger right here.
Damn it.
I wasn't sure who was talking, so I'm
I had a
going,
feeling.
wait, Mike, did you try one of these sandwiches? How do you know about this?
They're pretty good.
All right, so one of the things that he does, which is helpful, he doesn't just eat it and give you the review. He shows you what it looks like, and he cuts it in half so you can see the cross-section. This is an important element of the show right here.
Okay.
What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut it in half just so you can see a cross-section, because people have been enjoying the cross-sections, and I'm not even going to pause the camera for this one. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it in half. It's been very well received, and I like doing the cross-sections too. Gets a real good profile of it. And here it is.
All right, let's see it. All right, that's a burger, all right. He has very long nails, which is disturbing.
And with that, regardless of the cheese, I'm just gonna try it out and let you know what it tastes like. See how good or bad it is. This could go either way. You know, it's always a gamble, but sometimes it pays off. I've had some of these melts that are actually really good.
Riveting stuff. It can go either way, Mike. We don't know.
If he had really old-timey music behind him, I think this would be perfect.
Yeah, right. Well, you hear him say, regardless of the cheese, I'm going to try it. In the description, he says it's Swiss cheese, and he shows the sandwich, and it's orange. Like, I've never seen orange Swiss cheese. He's like, I'm not buying it that it's Swiss cheese, but all right, let me give it a go.
And
this guy.
Oh, I should also mention, I'm not sure if I did, the price for this melt was around $6.50 for the melt by itself. So that's the price that I paid, $6.50 for this. And with that, let's try it out. Philly melt from Burger King. It's going in.
All right, so then he takes a bite. And actually, for the next 60 seconds or so, he's just eating this half a sandwich. I have to say, $6.50 is a lot of money for a burger at a fast food restaurant, in my opinion, because I'm old. I remember when burgers were like $2 and employees were paid what they're worth. Things have changed a lot.
You know who you can thank for that? Joe Biden. Am I right, folks?
Joe Biden's America. Thanks a lot for all this inflation.
That's right.
Okay, so you ready to hear the review of this, Mike?
I can't wait.
I had a feeling. Could you imagine if I just cut it up there? So anyway, we'll never know if he liked it or not. No, here we go. Here's the payoff.
You know, it's not bad to the point that it doesn't disgust me or anything. I could eat the rest of this if I wish, without objection. But is it necessarily good? You know, is this one of these things that makes me think, wow, this is good, you know, I'm actually going to go out of my way and get this again? No, that it doesn't either. That's the other thing. It's, like I said, remarkably unremarkable. To the point that, all right, there's nothing about this. Now, I could make fun of the concept all I want, and I have already, you know, poked fun at it, as I tend to. But there's nothing about this, as far as tasting this, that makes me think in the slightest Philly. There's nothing. Nothing whatsoever.
Okay. So
I'm hearing all the YouTube comments that hate my voice, and I'm getting it now.
No, you don't sound like this guy. You don't sound like this guy at all, Mike. I was joking with you. That's the only thing you're picking up on? I thought it was ridiculous. This is a video that's 16 minutes long, reviewing this sandwich. And he goes, it's not great. It's not terrible.
Unremarkable.
It's like the worst possible review for somebody. Just like, does it taste terrible? No. Would I eat it again? Probably not.
It's just fine. Get it if you want. If not, don't.
Could you imagine if we did a video about Unfrosted and we're like, some of the parts were pretty good. It wasn't great. It's okay.
Yeah, my review is, if you guys want to try it, if you like Jerry Seinfeld, give it a try and then develop your own opinions.
Yeah, what the fuck's the point of this, if that's what you're going to say? So then I was looking through his channel. I think we watched a video on this show, and I can't remember what it was.
Oh.
But do you remember KFC made a chizza? It was a fried chicken with marinara, mozzarella cheese, and pepperoni on it. Okay. I remember we watched some video of some woman very excited to eat this chizza. And so he tried the chizza on his channel. I'm just going to, one clip on here, just to talk about what his review of this food was.
Okay.
So I didn't really know what to expect going in, but you know what? Despite how tacky this item is, despite how gimmicky it is, despite how absurdly ridiculous I find the name to be, and the fact that I can't even say it without laughing, Cheesa, right? It's actually not that bad.
You wouldn't pronounce it pizza, so I don't know if you'd call it or whatever.
I have to be straightforward. It's not that bad. I was expecting it to be a whole lot worse than it actually is. Number one, the chicken. The chicken quality this time around, I'm pleased with. I really am.
What's KFC? I love the fact that he goes, I didn't think this was going to be very good. It's fried chicken with marinara, mozzarella, and pepperoni. How bad could it be? These are all children's foods.
It's now dawning on me what he sounds like. He sounds like Nick Mullen doing Jack Lemmon.
Oh, okay.
If anyone, go Google that.
Yeah, that's a good poll. That's a good poll,
Yeah.
yes.
There's a good amount of it. It's juicy. It's very tender, very flavorful. And it still has that crunchy, crispy exterior that you most definitely can taste. And I do like the sort of contradiction that it poses compared to, again, just that sort of succulent meat. So the chicken quality I am very happy with. And being that it comprises the base, there's a good amount of it. And of course, you are tasting that iconic KFC chicken in every single bite. It's not.
So now I see why Patrick Michael tried that thing where he did those 60-second reviews of just, I don't know, like iced tea you could find at the 7-Eleven or something like that. There's an audience for this for some reason. It's stupid.
Well, you know what it is, though? Unfortunately for Patrick Michael, is like, I don't think Patrick Michael has a voice I could just listen. I could fall asleep to this guy. You know what I mean? Like, he'd be a great video to just have on in the back. Like, I like his voice, whatever it is captivating.
Well,
he's incredibly boring, but
he promotes, he has a radio show or something. He does have that old-timey radio thing. Oh, here it is in the description. It says, VORW Radio International Shortwave Broadcast to North America.
Okay.
4840 kilohertz at 2 a.m. Eastern every Saturday for listeners in North America. 4840 kilohertz at 12 a.m. Eastern every Monday for listeners in North America. So he's got some shortwave radio thing that he does. Well, that's interesting. Of course he does. What do you mean, of course he does? That's the craziest thing I've heard.
Seems like that kind of a guy.
He's also got a Patreon. Let's see what his Patreon looks like.
Ooh.
Let's see if he's showing off. He's got 1,583 members.
He's like, this week we'll be watching Quincy, season 7, episode 2.
You wish.
I'm like, I love this guy.
Cease and desist. He does have $1 a month tier, so take that with a grain of salt, as they say. All right, well, thank you, AJ, for introducing us to this weirdo.
I like him.
All right, I like that you like him just based on his voice alone. I think if you could see him, it'd be more off-putting. But
it's one of the great luxuries I've been rewarded from
you
God.
really, yes, we are all envious of you.
Yeah.
Let's head over to TikTok.
TikTok's a psyop by the Chinese to fuck up the minds of our youth and some other people too. So let's talk quite a lot about these TikTokers we stalk and know. Oh, TikTok fucking blows.
Do you remember Jacob Meoff on TikTok, the guy who does these lists for no reason?
How can I forget? And he also he's gay, but he has a wife.
Yes, he promotes his wife's channel, and they're gay, and it's all a mystery. It's all weird. He is going to give us the 10 blackest last names, Mike.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh?
He's getting edgy now.
Top 10 blackest last names. Number 10 is Robinson, and number 9 is Harris, just like our Vice President Kamala Harris.
Who's not black. She's Indian, but okay.
He's also kind of jiving it up here a little bit.
Yeah, you're right.
He's walking on dangerous ground.
If y'all watching this shit,
hey,
you know what's
how's
up.
It going, players?
You know what's up. Let's go.
Number 8, Thomas. Number 7 is Davis. Now, it's important to note Davis was also number 7 on the whitest last name. So, see, we have so many things in common. It's just the color of our skin that's different, folks. Number 6.
By the way, someone points this out in the comments, so I might as well point this out, where he's just like, black people are also named Davis. That wasn't their last name until they were brought over by the slave traders.
Yeah,
Just FYI.
I couldn't believe he sold that as a positive.
Yeah, I know. Just like
there's so many blacks with the names Jefferson and Washington.
Yeah, you realize that no one in Zimbabwe is Smith, right? Okay, well, let's keep going.
Jackson, and I can think of at least 5 of them. And Latoya and Janet, so 7. Number 5, Brown, and I think of James Brown. Wow! Number 4, we got Jones.
Good Lord.
A very common last name amongst all races. Number 3, Smith. Number 1 on the whitest last names was Smith. Number 2 is Johnson. If you like this list and want more about other nonsense, follow me. Leave me a comment with your thought on what the most common black last name would be. Also follow my fiancée, Samantha, who I've tagged. And finally, at number 1, just like Serena, we got Williams.
Good stuff.
Imagine, I have many thoughts about that.
I'm sure you do.
Imagine if you're watching that video you don't know who this guy is, you're just watching that video, and out of nowhere he throws in, and follow my fiancé.
Yeah.
Like, why? What do you mean?
Probably not, but okay.
But, basically, he has no take on it. He's basically just like, here, these are popular American last names. There was nothing interesting. They were all generic names.
Well, hold on. Time out. There's that James Brown impression he did.
Oh, that was pretty good. I like that he mentioned Serena Williams. Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
951 comments under that fucking video. TikTok, can we ban this thing already? What the fuck are we waiting for?
Yeah, I don't
What's going
get the
on?
people that are popular on here. I don't understand.
I don't
It's
understand
puzzling
it at
me.
all.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Instagram, there seems to be order. Like, the famous people have the most followers.
That's
you know?
true. Dane Cook, speaking of famous people, is on TikTok. And it was recently Bob Saget's birthday.
Yeah, let me just add this.
Yeah.
Do you remember, we talked about it recently because Nikki Glaser was on the roast.
Yeah.
And me and Hackride were talking about this. Do you remember Nikki Glaser's song to Bob Saget?
Oh, God. That was so bad.
I thought
It was so bad.
I just thought, like, comedians would have learned from that, right?
Well, here's my question.
Yeah.
Is it possible? So what we're going to watch right now is Dane Cook remembering his friend who's passed away.
Yeah.
Is it possible to do a video like this that doesn't come across as self-serving?
No.
I don't think so either. I think this is a bad idea. Like, keep
let's
this
find
shit to
out.
yourself. All right, yeah, let's see if maybe Dane can pull it off.
Not an easy post. I've been thinking about Bob's birthday.
I already hate the way this has started. Guys, this is going to be difficult for me. No one's asking you to do it. You don't have to do this.
The man's been dead for 2 years. And again, like, if John Stamos and Dave Coulier were doing these things, I'd be like,
Right.
okay. They were
Make a
good
little
friends.
more sense.
They made their careers together. I get it. Dane Cook and Nikki Glaser are acting like, guys, obviously I had to make a statement here as I'm so tied to Bob. When you think Dane Cook, you think Bob Saget. You think Bob Saget, you think Dane Cook.
When I saw that it was Bob Saget's birthday, I immediately went to TikTok. I said, what's Dane saying about this?
That's why I found the video. I thought,
Right,
obviously I got to see
yeah.
what Dane Cook's talking about.
Tonight, well, by the time I probably post this.
He's even got a photo behind him of him and Bob Saget, which is the lamest thing people do on social media when a celebrity dies. And they're like, this is a picture of me with that celebrity that died. You're like, okay, great. Good for you. Very impressive.
It's all a performance because the man's been dead for 2.5 years. No, it's very sad. He died far too young in a sad way. He had a family, everything. It is sad that Bob Saget died. I like Bob Saget.
Guess. He was 65. It's fine.
It's been a couple of years now,
Yeah.
It's phony to be like, I didn't even want to make this video, but I
No
really-
shit. It's so
I
stupid.
had no choice.
So stupid.
Bob Saget was one of the first people I ever met in the industry when I was back in Boston, and he was super friendly, and he gave me some great words of wisdom, and he really inspired me because he was at the time he was on Full House and he was doing America's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh, you mean the two things everyone knows him from? Hey, guys, you'll never believe this. I can tell you this because I'm Dane Cook. Bob Saget was on Full House and America's Funniest Home Videos. Yeah, no, we know.
Certainly decades apart, right? No one would be on those two shows at the same time.
Yeah, no, he was. We know. It's pretty well known.
He must have been really famous.
And his stand-up.
He was.
So he was making a lot of people happy, and he was certainly putting a lot of money away towards his future and his creativity. Years later, I'd see him at the Laugh Factory in LA, and man, I can't even tell you some of the crazy stuff that Bob and I used to say when we were in the lobby with the other comics. It was real out there and fun.
Unlike this.
Edgy.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say two things here. First off, he goes, well, we said some really funny things that would happen. I'm like, name one. Like, give us an example.
You're
That's the whole
misquoting
point.
him. You're misquoting him. He said, we really had some funny things that happened.
It's fun and edgy.
But he's laughing to himself, thinking of how good the times were.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, when I think about Bob Saget, I can't stop laughing about that thing he said that I can't repeat.
Hold on 1 second. He's going to tag it. Oh, that's a good one, Bob.
But also, he goes, when we were hanging out in the lobby. You mean the green room? Like, what do you mean the lobby? I've been to comedy
very
clubs.
rude to the people on stage.
I've been to comedy clubs before. The comedians don't hang out in the lobby. All right, whatever. All right, moving on.
Excuse me, Dane Cook and Bob Saget. I've got to get to my seat.
Yeah, pardon me, guys. You're in the way. Break it up, fellas.
He knew how to make a rough day feel better. As time went on, Bob and I, we shared the stage a lot. I had the pleasure of doing several charity events.
Oh, okay.
With Bob.
Yeah.
On behalf of his sister and his scleroderma foundation.
Wow, what an amazing person Dane Cook is. I'm glad he took the time in this tribute to Bob Saget to remind us all that he was doing charitable things for
Pretty
Bob
great.
Saget's family. What an amazing guy Dane
I mean,
Cook.
Bob kind of had to do it because it was his sister, but it was
Yeah,
really me
but
that was donating
I
my
did
time.
it. Yeah. And just so you know, they said, we can pay you for this. And I said, I'll only take half. I will only accept
even though
half
it was
the money.
really inconvenient for me, and I didn't even really want to do it, but I still got there.
I did a lot of charity gigs I didn't get paid for. My brother wasn't happy about that. But I still did
Why
it.
are you so mad? It's my money.
Which I was, again, really honored to have been asked to be a part of that.
You know, I'm just realizing this right now, Dane. Forget about Bob. With all your charitable endeavors, what if we lost you, Dane? How terrible would that be? I would hope there'd be a lot of videos like this talking about how amazing you were as a person.
Well, we're all very lucky Dane Cook is still here.
Thank God.
Bob who?
Bob Saget, moving on. We got Dane Cook.
And then the night that Robin Williams passed away, I just happened to be at a dinner.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me with this?
Drop!
Okay, yep. Keep going.
With Bob and their friendship, he sat and shared stories with. And a few days before Bob passed away, I was the last podcast guest that he ever had on his podcast.
Did you guys talk about how slippery those shower floors could be in hotel rooms? What were you guys talking about on that show?
Bob was like, well, I've done it all now. I can die happy.
It was amazing, guys. I wasn't busy that day. Bob Saget said, can you come on my podcast? I said, yes. He said, I didn't even tell you the time or the date yet. He goes, no, I can. Trust me.
Don't worry about it.
I'm good.
So the final episode is Bob and I, and the final moments of that episode is Bob just showing how loving he was. And we said, I love you,
my head
probably
hurts.
an embarrassing amount of times that night. But after he died, I was certainly not embarrassed. And I was so happy that we said it over and over again.
Sounds like you were drunk. Who tells a guy they love you over and
I
over
fucking
again?
love you, Bob.
Mike, I got this DabbleCon was so great, Mike. I'm so glad we do a show together, man. I love you so much. You and Craig are so funny. I fucking love you guys.
I actually kind of look forward to that.
Yes, that's gonna be me at my next to the pool table at 3:30 a.m. after DabbleCon.
Like, that's how you, man. I fucking
Jenny Jiggles come down. All right, Carl, we gotta go. Let's go.
Fucking solar. I mean, how many people is she, you know?
At the end of that conversation, man.
I was getting choked up.
I wish I had more time
It's been years,
with Bob.
Dane.
I wish that I did more shows with him, and I wish that we had dinner more often. But life and career.
Do you think when Bob got to the pearly gates, he was just like, I wish I had dinner with Dane Cook more often. Damn it. I didn't realize he was going to be taken out of this world so quickly.
God, just do me a favor. Keep tabs on Dane Cook and let me know how he's doing.
Kind of pull people in different directions. So I can't stress enough, if you have people in your life that you miss. And
He goes, sometimes your career can pull people in different directions. Like, like your friends are selling out theaters, or you're at the Chuckle Hut. What the heck with your friends is off, and it can be tough.
You're watching Vicious Circle, remembering the good old days.
Yeah, right.
you want to share time with, then just make it happen. And never, never, never let a day go by without telling people you love them. Yeah. I miss you, Bob. SAG. We miss you, SAG. We always use it.
I miss you too, Dane.
Yeah, I was going to say, Bob's not listening and no one else is either.
The frustrating thing and what makes this so infuriating is not the famous episode of Opie and Anthony after Patrice died when they had all the comics in, but the day after Dane Cook was in. And I think maybe Kevin Hart or so. I'm trying to forget. I can't remember who else. But Dane Cook was in. And Dane Cook and Patrice actually came up together. Like, they came up through Boston together and New York, and they were friends. And Dane had funny stories about Patrice, and they laughed. And that's 2 days after the man died, a man that he's known for many years.
Yeah.
This is 2+ years after Bob Saget died, and he's like, guys, I can't get this one out. We just miss Bob so much.
Wouldn't it be great? Because we know that social media platforms will take people down for doing certain things. During the pandemic, there were certain things you couldn't talk about. Obviously, Alex Jones ran into some trouble, a lot of right-wingers. Wouldn't it be great if people who do this bullshit just get their accounts removed? Like, no, you did that thing where you were trying to get some fucking collateral from Bob Saget passing away. We can't accept that on our platform. You're out of here. Or strike or something.
That's a great platform that has standards, and if you do something like this, they pump it out to everyone so you get mocked, but you can't take it down, or you know what I mean?
That's a funny idea too. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Look at this asshole.
That's a good idea.
I might start a social media platform called Look at This Asshole. It's a pretty good idea.
Yay, super chats.
Gut $2 says, be nice to Review Bra or else. Yeah, so Review Bra, hey, listen, Mike is a fan. The report of the week is known as Review Bra. He's not sure why that happened, but
I like that he doesn't take a stand on anything. It's like, it was some people will like it, some people won't.
Yeah. I didn't think it was gonna be very good, and it was all right. Great review. Bannock Karate $5. Don't worry, Mike. You sound like the Vlasic pickle stork.
That doesn't sound like a compliment, but all right.
Well, come on. It's a voiceover character. Reverend Shitstain Powerful Pooper $2 says April Imholt in prison with Ricada emergency. I don't believe you.
Oh, no.
I don't believe you. Cornball $10. April Imholt and Ricada's jailed for possession, breaking on NLO. Come on. This is 2 in a row now.
Can't be real.
This is 2 in a row now. Is this possibly true? Reverend Shitstain, $2. Aaron stitched on April. Ricada apparently, by the way, LOL.
I mean, it's not like they all made this up, right? Something must be happening.
What the fuck is going on right now? No wonder we have no viewers. What is going on right now? We should be watching on LOL.
It's just 9/11 outside, and we're like,
holy
Dane
shit.
Cook's a real asshole.
Look at this. Douche of the Devil versus $2. April fitting to be on mug shawties. What the fuck? Is this real? Rocco Orby 2002. Say what you want to Report of the Week, but I heard his radio show. Way better than Psycho Johnny Cush. Oh, I believe that.
Well,
I gotta check out.
we're not setting the bar that high.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's better than Johnny Cush. I got to check out this guy's radio show.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing, and I'm here for it, if I'm being honest with everyone. Audiophile America. You know, Audiophile America definitely has a personalized jingle.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat audio file, America. Keep this quiet, but Karl emailed you high quality MP3s of John's album to save you the trouble of downloading it on the WATP Patreon.
I gotta talk to Doug. These are way too long. New File America, $20 says, lobby makes sense. I don't think Saget let Dane Cook in the green room with the comedians. Good point.
Yeah, no, we'll hang out here, Dane.
yeah. I used to hang out with him at the bar area. Then he would go do his show, and I'd hang at the bar area. A radish, €2. For narcotics for April, same plus gun charges for Ricada. Dude, something really just happened? I gotta tell you,
happened. I don't know how accurate any of these are, but
I have to tell you, and I said it yesterday on WATP. I put the video out today on our YouTube channel. This is the most interesting storyline in the history of the Dabbleverse. It's nuts.
Because I gotta say, if it's a bit like, let's say it is a bit, they're playing it perfectly.
If
it's
a bit, if it's a bit, it's even better.
They're geniuses.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. This is fucking incredible. I can't believe what's going on right now because literally everyone's watching Aaron Imholt. And I didn't find it that interesting. It's like, all right, there's Aaron and April. People are like, whoa, April's coming in late and she stopped at a gas station. What's going on? Is she doing drugs? And I'm like, I don't know. This is all speculation. And then all of it was true. All of it. It's fucking nuts.
I was the same. I'm such an idiot. I never predict any trends, right?
Yeah.
I kept looking at it and saying like, oh, all these people are saying they're going to get divorced, but there's no way. Why would that just happen exactly as Chad Zumach and Patrick Melton predicted? And then it does.
It's so crazy. Patrick Melton had like a divorce clock countdown on a website somewhere. It's like that's a funny goof, I guess. Whatever.
I was listening to Patrick and he was like, I was kidding. I didn't think I was
know.
about it.
No shit. I know Patrick's just like, I don't know. I just thought it was a goof. I didn't know
Yeah.
it was actually going to happen.
Wow, we got to figure out what this is.
All right. We got a couple more things to do. We'll get all the info that we need on this breaking news. And thank you, the super chatters, for sharing that information. But first, we got to talk about Chelsea Krause.
Yes.
Put out a fantastic TikTok.
My name is Oatmeal, and I got pink eye because my friend ate it, then he pecked my eye.
So can I tell you my first thought when I saw that video?
Yeah.
This is sad. My first thought was, I think my wife would like this. Whenever I look over my wife's shoulder, she's always on Instagram or whatever. It's always just cute animals. It's just puppies and kittens and you name it.
Karl thinks I'm just sending him like, kittens and sleeping next to a dog or something. I'm just like, here's a cute one.
Yeah. Mike just goes, oh my gosh, you gotta see this cute little baby. You're going to love it.
These are for WATS, and then this one's just adorable. You have to check
Karl, I know you love ducklings, so I sent you this one. Like, thanks, Mike. And then fast forward to DabbleCon 2. Mike, man, I love you, man. When you send me those TikToks and those ducklings,
They're the best, man. The fucking ducks.
All right. So let's see what kind of backlash she got for that video. That was an 11-second video that was just nothing.
Yeah.
Let's see what kind of backlash she got.
I didn't want to do this. I didn't even want to have to make this video, and it's a shame that I have to. I'm not deleting the oatmeal video, but I am going to disable the comments. Telling me to kill myself?
Hold on. Mike, this can't be real, right? The fuck is going on right now? It was an 11-second video where she's singing like a duck.
I was like, is it a character? But then I scrolled through some of her other videos, and a lot of them are kind of confrontational like this.
Okay.
So I think,
All right.
I think it's real.
Let's check this out.
Or to joke about suicide in general over a duck video? And you're telling me to grow up? It's ridiculous. I'm just so disappointed in people right now. I'm a voice actor. I make those videos because they're fun, they're silly. A lot of times it's a way for me to just practice improv. And the comments are abhorrent. Over a duck video. What is wrong with half of you? Seriously.
We're being scolded.
It is mind-boggling.
Oh no.
You do not joke about suicide on my page ever.
Yeah. Okay. So I just want to say, never joke about suicide. Also, I don't like people joking about my club foot. And Mike doesn't like people goofing on him being blind.
Enough.
So stop it right now. I can't say this enough. Stop saying the things that I don't like, that I react to and that I overreact to. Stop it right now.
Well, the internet actually put out a response video to that girl, and they said, guys, we found someone we can tell to kill herself.
Yeah, there's a subreddit called r/kill yourself dummies.
Get that through your head right now.
Okay.
That is not something to joke about.
Yeah, that's the good way to go
I
about
should
it.
never have had to make this video.
You probably shouldn't have. Yeah, you
But
didn't.
oatmeal stays up.
Yeah. Just so you know, those comments mean nothing. And you didn't have to make this video at all. It's none of this is real, you dummy.
That's a great stand to take. Like, imagine Martin Luther King saying that. Oatmeal stays up. You're really fighting for something, sweetheart.
I know. Who cares?
And you guys don't get the attention that so many of you are trying to pander from me. I thought that I could answer. I thought that I could at least go through the nice comments and occasionally try and shut down some of the snarky ones. But it's too much.
You thought you could shut down the comment section by responding to it? I just did the review of Mario Bosco yesterday on WATP.
Yeah.
And Irma, the co-host, who is so mockable. It's not even funny. She's on there. She starts the show. She goes, yeah, there's some people saying some crazy shit in the comment section. I wish I could really unleash on these people, but the company won't let me do it. But I'd love to just go after them individually. It's like, this is a terrible tactic. You're not going to win with this.
No. Actually, the opposite. Like, if you kind of laughed about it, they'd be like, oh, she's cool, whatever. And some of them would stop.
No shit.
Doing it anymore. It's ridiculous. Telling me to grow up. I do voices for a living and get paid. You grow up.
She's really giving off some third grade teacher vibes right there. Now, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Someone had Sharpie on my car in the parking lot. We've gone too far today. This is too much.
So much so that I went through to be like, oh, maybe she's a comedian doing kind of a character that I'm not getting or whatever. But no, she's like a voiceover actress that gets mad. Like, if you stray away from complimenting her voiceover acting, then she's very upset.
All right. Radish says mugshots online and everything. Definitely.
They're fucking with us. Don't fall for it.
And Radish says body cam footage just in time for Hackamania? That would be sweet. That would be amazing. By the way, Point Dabble Point tomorrow. I'm excited about Point Dabble Point because my buddy EDR is coming on and Missy B is coming on. And with all this Aaron Imholt shit, Karl, I emailed you the booking link for April. All right, cornball. All right. I'll look for that.
I'll tell you, I'll have a new respect. I've gotten very tired of Kevin Brennan. I don't like anything he does really. I'll turn over a new leaf if we find out that Kevin Brennan was just like, oh, Karl's live. Go over there and tell him that April got arrested.
Oh, that actually would be amazing.
That'd be great.
All right, so this is oh, that's not that's not the right link. Hold on. I did get an email. Let me copy it correctly and paste it in. Wow, this is really derailing our show right now, but I'm here for it.
Hey, I'm all right with it.
I am here for it.
This is live broadcasting, baby. We're news. This is the news.
Oh, there she is. There she is right there. May 23rd. That is today's date. Holy shit balls. So there actually is a mugshot. Oh no. Things are falling apart forever. No wonder Aaron has been a little cockier on his show lately. He's just like,
is it definitely real? It feels like this is a joke. It feels like there's no way this house of cards could be collapsing.
This might not be real because it's on a website that's www.kcmn.us. I don't know. But it says April Diane Imholt, 29-year-old female, court pending, drugs, 5th degree possession. Huh.
Wow.
I mean, she's in a list with a bunch of other people and all their mugshots. So, guys, are we being duped right now? What's going on? Is this really happening? It's wild if it really is happening. Oh, my buddy Mike Boudet coming in. Sword and Scale, $5, steel toe forever. Yes. Mike, appreciate all the support you're giving to Patrick Melton over there. He is killing it. He is killing it with this whole storyline.
Oh, I imagine, yeah.
And then Shane M, 1980 says, check Kandihala arrest records. You will not be disappointed.
Huh.
Jesus Christ, Mike. I can't have breaking news on this show. We have a show prepped. It's a show prepped. I can't have this.
So did Nick Ricado also get arrested?
That's what they're saying.
Is that real?
That's what they're saying. Well, you're asking me like I know what's going on. I don't know.
It's arrested for drug possession anymore. You know, come on.
That's
You got to
true.
be dealing.
Yeah, that's weird. That's a
You
good
can't
point.
just have coke on you and get arrested.
Yeah,
You
especially
can, but
no, especially if you're a pretty blonde. You're just like, yeah, my boyfriend.
Right, yeah.
I put on, he shoved it in my pocket before I put my pants on. He's always doing that.
All right, sweetie. You have a good day.
Yeah. My name's April. They like to play April Fool's jokes on me even when it's not April 1st. It's a thing. All right. Let's, I got one more TikTok for us to play. And this comes in from the great Solar.
If you're a system man, you know it, clap your hands. If you're a system man, you know it, clap your hands. If you're a system man, you know it, and your mask will truly show it. If you're a system man, you know it, clap your hands.
Oh, before I do that real quick, just getting back to Sword and Scale, which is the biggest true crime podcast of all time and the best.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, are you coming to Vegas? Are you going to be at Hackamania?
No.
Because I'm talking to Mike Boudet because I want to hang out with Mike. So I got to reach out to him and see if that's happening because we're going to have a blast. No, Mike Geary is definitely coming to DabbleCon too.
It's the rumor.
August 16th and 17th in Rochester. No, yeah, I just said definitely.
it's a rumor.
We got to have a heart-to-heart next to my pool table, Mike. Come on.
That's enticing.
We've already talked about it. All right, what's Solar reacting to here?
Comment reads, what's the song you used for this video? Couldn't care less about you, just the song, thank you. No.
I say hilarious.
Absolutely.
Obviously, someone being an asshole. But, like, hilarious to me. And obviously, if I was her, I'd be like, oh, what a dick. I'm not going to answer.
Right. This is
Seems
one.
easy enough,
this
right?
is one you just ignore.
Yeah.
And just move on with your day.
I would think.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to deal with a comment like this. Not for Solar.
Absolutely the fuck not. If you want something from somebody, you ask them politely. So I'm going to allow you to try again, but only once. This is a real life practical lesson for you that being an asshole is not the way to get what you want. Pro
Okay,
tip
Solar, may I please have
that
the
I
name
would
of the song,
implement
please?
as immediately as possible.
I mean, we all have Shazam. If they want to know what the song is, they can figure it out. Imagine if she had something of value that someone else wanted. She'd be a monster about it.
What did you say about the last girl? Third grade teacher energy?
Yeah,
It is
right,
like-
yes.
Like she's gonna she actually thinks this person is gonna be like, oh, I wasn't using my manners. Now I will.
Kindness gets you further.
Oh, okay.
She's insufferable. Now, you labeled this video you sent me, this TikTok. Imagine arguing with this person.
Oh, yes.
All right. Now, this is going to be annoying because she's whispering, so it's going to be quiet. But let's all be really quiet and listen closely to this. This is ridiculous.
Come here, I have a secret for you.
What's up?
Did you know that most people have multiple social media profiles, both public and private, across multiple websites and apps?
All right.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't think that's true. She just said most people have multiple social media profiles across multiple social media platforms and apps. Highly disagree. I think most people have just one.
Let's pretend it's true for a second. Imagine someone talking to you like this.
Oh, it's so fucking annoying. And
It's so insulting.
It's so insulting and it's so close to her mouth that I just have to play this.
Do not comment on our teeth.
Yeah, they're not great.
Okay, well, you heard it.
That's me saying that.
Okay, you did know that. Cool. Okay. Did you also know that someone's public TikTok page may not be the space that they are most comfortable advocating in? That's also
her way of communicating cannot be more obnoxious. And
No, that's
hateable.
what I mean. It's like, why? Like, there's certain artistic choices I would like to know about. And one of them is why the whisper method here? Like, what are you getting across to us? That you're a condescending cunt? Like, what are you saying to us?
That's precisely it.
And did you also know that advocating in your private spaces is just as valuable and important as advocating in your public spaces? Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page there. Did you also know that just because you can't see it happening doesn't mean it's not happening somewhere?
Yeah, Mike?
That felt like an attack on me a little bit as well.
Oh, okay, I see it happening. I see what you did there. You have that like Chip Chipperson thing that you used to have where somebody says Chip, you go, that? What that? I forget that you have that tick going.
It's a defense mechanism.
So I'm watching this video. I'm going, uh-oh, someone was accused of not supporting Palestine. Ruh-roh. It's got to be what this is, right? What else could it be?
Right, definitely.
She's like, you don't know what I'm doing. I'm actually sending aid packages over there to the Gaza Strip. You don't even know.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you understood that fully. Did you know that while TikTok is some people's main source of information for current public events, some people actually come to TikTok to completely avoid current events? Did you know that that's okay? I need you to know that that's okay. Take your time. Just remember that you don't know what goes on offline. You don't know what goes on offline. And this is the most important part, so I want to make sure you're really listening. Get really, really close right now.
Jesus.
They don't owe you an explanation, but you do owe them respect.
It's funny because when we first met Solar, I thought it was fun and neat. This person who had all these
Yeah, she
different
was a bird
personalities.
and an alien.
Yeah, I was like, all right, that's kind of fun. She's gotten so hateable.
Oh my God.
It's ridiculous. Like some people, like notoriety or fame or whatever word you want to use is not for them. She's one of those people. She's not using it well.
She's the angriest person, and like I'd love to ask her what. So like this video, for example, what's the point of it? Are there people out there? Because maybe I wouldn't understand her audience. Why would I? I guess maybe the people that watch it are like, oh, that's Solar's being hilarious again. But I can't imagine that being true. It obviously isn't to educate anyone because she's being sarcastic. Like, what is the point of the video?
Well, she's not winning anyone over. That's for sure. Just being insufferable and pretentious like that is not going to win anyone over. All right, Mike, I was just doing some searching while we were talking there.
Okay.
And this is according to Gunt News on Twitter.
They're good.
Yep. It says Nick Rekieta, along with his wife Kayla and Steel Toe Morning Show's wife April Imholt, have all been arrested for possession, and it shows all three of their mugshots on there. Oh, it's also on Kiwi. It's also on Kiwi Farm, so it has to be true.
So are they just driving around with the coke on them?
That's a great question.
Because it seemed like, based on that Nick Rekieta video, like they were doing it at home. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
He was doing it at home, doing a live stream, and then passing out.
Well, right. So did someone? So you know how they have these not raids. What's the word I'm looking for?
Sting?
Not a sting, but people will alert the police something bad's happening in a home. I don't know why I'm blanking on this.
Oh,
term.
SWAT.
Yeah. Well, no, not that either. But yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And so the police will come in and they'll look at stuff. I'm wondering if this video was enough evidence for the police to go. I mean, I'm just wildly speculating right now. I have no idea. This is my buddy Alex Stein.
Okay, now we got to talk about a serious subject. As a person that knows people, my best friend, we didn't even talk about it. Hank Keller recently passed away, and he liked to drink this and that. And a lot of people, I'm sure they've had trouble, substance abuse issues. Well, a guy that we like, a guy by the name of Nick Rekieta, is going viral on the internet for his latest clip of him streaming. He's currently in a lawsuit with this guy Montegraph because he called him a pedophile, and Nick's not doing very well in the case. It's costing him a lot of money. I don't think that Nick should have called Montegraph a pedophile. The guy's actually very nice. He's not a pedophile. But since he decided to do this, it's causing him a lot of repercussions in his personal life. So let's play this clip of Nick, and we're going to do a little intervention. So let's play the clip.
Familiar with this video, Mike,
Yes.
of Nick Rekieta just a couple
Yeah.
nights ago? He's wasted, and he appears to start.
So now he starts biting his finger and moving his shoulder.
We hear
If you just had to guess what he was doing right there. He's squinting his eyes, and he thinks the camera's off.
Why is my camera still on?
That's pretty bad, dude.
I mean, typically use the shake wake with two
I
hands.
know, dude. He's sitting
So
there.
he's not shake weighting it, and it's usually up closer to your mouth. So he's down below. Yeah.
He's not doing exercise. We know that. I mean, he's exercising something, but. And this is Nick Rekieta. At one point, he was the top super chat earner on YouTube during the Johnny Depp trial, and he's also covered a bunch of other trials and stuff. He's a law tuber, and I just want to show this clip because I'm worried about your health, Nick. I know a lot of people are clipping you. They're making.
I love Alex Stein. Aaron Imholt did the same thing, and as I've mentioned, I've met Nick Rekieta a couple times, and everyone likes to play this and act like, now look I'm not doing this for the pure exploitation of it. I know everyone's watching this. I actually care about this guy. It's like, well, if you did, you wouldn't be showing this on your show, obviously.
That's the exact angle with everything that's breaking. I might not even get to it on the Blind Mike project, but I pulled a bunch of clips of Aaron to be like, you care so much about this man.
Yes.
You have not reached out to, you're doing it on air. And yet you're doing this thing like, this is a good man.
Oh, dude, I played that on WATP.
Yeah.
And it's another example of this performative empathy. It's a trait of a narcissist where John had to go on his show and donate to producer Chris's daughter's fund live on his show. He couldn't do it before or after.
Oh, yeah.
He had to do it on the show, and they get teary-eyed about, these kids. I hate it when these kids go through these things. Like,
well, you know what it specifically reminded me of is when John would do Artie Lang's show, and he would go, Artie, stop it with the heroin. Will you stop it?
Right.
And it's like, well, that's
Yes.
not how you get a heroin addict
No,
to stop.
definitely not. Yes. I'm going to browbeat you until you get rid of your addiction, you dummy.
Yeah, but it was also, we would be like, oh, John's a good guy.
Yeah, of course. Huge essay, member for 1 month, says Melton is speculating that Aaron called CPS to get back at Nick and accidentally got April arrested. I mean, that's obviously just speculation. Swatting was the thing I was thinking about.
I said
did you say swatting?
And you laughed at me like a fool.
Oh, fuck off.
I felt like a silly goose.
I'll go back and listen to the tape. But, yeah, it does seem like maybe because this is everyone's eyeballs are on this right now and everyone's talking about it. If they do have a bunch of drugs in their house, they might want to pull the old flush it down the toilet thing. That's all we had, Karen. That's all we had.
Just clunked our heads getting there. This is exciting. This feels like we're live on air, and someone's like, "The second tower went down." What do you mean?
Hold on. He said something in code at the end there. He's associated with a radio show that wasn't a real caller. Trucker 18-wheeler says Kiwi Farms admitted to calling the cops.
Wow.
Well, I would believe everything Kiwi Farm says, obviously. The real April, $5 says, I called the cops on myself to get away from Aaron and his awful kids.
Hey, slice it however you want it. This is a win for Aaron, right? He got the fuck out of Dodge.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's tough. I don't know if it's a win for Aaron. It's probably
well, sure. His
awful.
life is crumbling around him. But
Yes.
I mean, zero in on this specific incident.
Sturm and Durang says, there are mugshots, retard. It's real. I don't know if they're talking to me.
Why are you so angry?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to speculate on things and not be sure and give out false information. All right. So that's crazy. What a day. What a week this has been in the Dabbleverse.
Yeah, it really is wild.
This is getting crazy.
I thought for sure, I was like, oh, fuck, after we do WATS, I'm going to see if I can find MLC or see if there's any clips to pull from that, whatever. I didn't see it going this way.
No, this is every day it gets crazier and crazier. And I want to thank all of the fine folks who are watching this program
Yeah.
during all of this, because I'm sure there's a lot to get caught up on.
For sure.
But one place where you can get caught up on everything that you need to get caught up on is blindmike.net.
Damn straight, baby. Yes. Sunday at 10 a.m. will be the Blind Mike Project. But again, you will get it a little earlier this week if you're a member on Patreon or YouTube. So consider doing that. And you can also check out Why Are You Laughing? We did a Stuttering John episode. It's really a Karl episode, if you think about it. It's the starting of the Dabbleverse, which obviously
it kind of is, yeah.
Karl is to thank for that. It's really I called it Stuttering John Part 2, but it's really the Karl episode. So go check that out. And yeah, blindmike.net. Become a member if you'd like, or support the show for free.
Karl, or fucking Kev.
It doesn't matter.
This is live right now.
Can
MLC
you play
is still
Matchbox
on.
20 Diamonds so we can watch Aaron say, "For God's sake, turn around"?
All right.
That's funny.
I'll pretend like I know that song.
Yeah, me too.
I don't either. I was just laughing because it was a reference, so I just went for it.
Sorry.
How, with everything we've heard go down, could they be this uninteresting?
I know. I was just going to say. Someone says MLC's still on. I'm like, holy shit, it's going to be fireworks right now. And they're just tired. They just seem tired. And Chad's pitching his hot sauce.
April looks like a really cool jailbird today.
How are they doing nothing with this story?
This is nuts. Aaron's just staring at his phone right now.
Stilto is a coward and a wimp. He also has. Come on, Buttnoy.
How were we more interested
The sad
in this?
part is when
I
you
don't
get
know.
arrested, as that's going down.
This is crazy.
You're like, I hope this doesn't get out, and it
Yeah.
always does. It always does. It always.
And that's the thing. Like, if you
Chad's
have, I'm
loving
sorry,
this.
but if you have an internet community dedicated to hating you, and you do the stream that he did, you throw everything in your house out because you know people are going to call.
That's
the
what I
cops.
just
If that
said.
happened to
That's
me,
what I just said,
anything
Aaron.
That I had in my house, I would have it out. I would call my ex-wife. I would say, "Don't let the kids be here the next couple of days," like, because you know these fucking people are going to do something.
Skippity, MLC, please save this VOD on
It
the
is kind of
channel.
fucked up
This
that they
is
called the
breaking news. It
police
shouldn't
on
be
those
lost
guys.
once the stream ends. No, I'll
Shout
keep
out
it up.
West says it's a bit. This is a pretty elaborate bit.
The cops are in on it.
Life in several ways. Yeah, yep. Lissy.
All right, let's hit a couple voicemails. I'll let that play in the background. If anything's breaking, we'll find out.
All right.
But we got a couple voicemails to get to.
Carl, I just want to apologize first off because there's probably going to be a couple calls from me today. But first things first, Christopher Guest. Do yourself a favor. I'm not sure you're aware of this. You probably are. But look up Lenny and the Squig Tones on YouTube. Because, of course, Lenny and Squiggy, Michael McKean, but Christopher Guest was in Lenny and the Squig Tones. It's like some of the first stuff he does with Michael McKean. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube of them. Not all of them have Christopher Guest in them, but there is an appearance on Bandstand where Christopher Guest is playing guitar for Lenny and the Squig Tones. Also, Lenny and the Squig Tones, fucking awesome. Those songs are great. They're funny as fuck.
All right.
But yeah, check that out because it's fucking awesome. Love the show, man. See you.
You've sold me on it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. We'll check that out.
Hey, this is for Who Are These Socials. Fuck that vegan lady with the wedding thing.
Oh, I forgot
Fuck you. And like, not even like fuck vegans or vegetarians or anything like that. Like, my wife is a vegetarian. She's been since she was 11. And, you know, if we were ever going to a wedding or something like that and you knew ahead of time they weren't going to have some sort of vegetarian option, you fucking eat ahead of time or throw something in your fucking purse or something. It's your problem, not anybody else's. Fuck.
Yeah, that was enraging.
There are rarely stories where, like, when I'm done with this, I'm going to walk in the other room and bother my girlfriend. Like, tonight, I'm not going to be like, you got to hear what's happening with April Imholt. She's not going to give a fuck.
I'm going to say that to my wife, but go ahead. Yeah.
But that vegan video, I was
Yeah.
like, you got to watch this. This woman's infuriating.
Nuts. That was crazy.
Yeah, hey, sorry to bother you. I called before. You gotta stop just glossing over the fact when woke dad is brought up and he says, I'm a straight man, I'm a straight man, I'm a straight and you and everyone else on the show just, yeah, well, you talked about everything else about the guy. Except the fact that he's clearly not straight. What am I
says he
missing
is.
here? He's not straight, and I have yet to hear anybody fucking talk about it. He is as fucking queer as they come.
Uh-huh.
All right, I don't know. Point out his fucking homosexuality, you fag. Vinny's fat. See you later.
Jeez, yeah, that got a little homophobic, didn't it?
Christ. Make it good. Pray for the kids. At least Nick's wife's parents live near.
Imagine that. Imagine if that's really what it is.
Nick's wife's parents.
Sorry, I'm
are
just pulling up.
salt of the
Nobody
earth
likes
and really
onions
good
now.
people.
See what he's saying.
April's fat mama.
Someone in the chat said, Carl, why are you watching this show? Let's check out Melted.
He knew this
Yeah,
arrest was
gotta
coming.
insert some life
on
into
why
this.
2 days ago he started telling everyone Ricada does drugs. Yep. I do think he had something to do with it. If it was April's parents, fine. But Aaron's that manipulative. He could probably be on the phone with April's parents and get them to do it. Like,
I could see
I
that.
don't know. I just worried about the kids over there. You know, the blessed.
All right, well, I'm glad no one's speculating irrationally.
I'm joining in. I'm like, I could see that.
I know, I love that. Everyone's just throwing out their theories all over the place. It's fantastic. One more voicemail.
Hey, Carl. Hey, Heidi. Hey, Carl. It's Jeremy again.
Hey.
If you get attacked by a bear, no one's going to ask you to have that bear's baby. I'm thinking about Daniel Alexander right now.
Yep.
So on the show, you had said that he said co-parenting with a narcissist is a problem, which leads me to believe that he's got an ex-wife and that the ex-wife is the mother of the child. Because if you recall, too, when he sent the daughter to the parents' house or something, they took out the gender-affirming underwear out of the bag and stuff like that. Point is this. I'd love to get a hold of the ex-wife and have a conversation with her and see what she thinks about all this. We got to make that happen. Thank you. Fuck you.
Yeah. So I was on Drew Lane podcast. We were checking out some stuff with Daniel Alexander, and he was talking about how he's co-parenting with a narcissist. So he is divorced, and he's calling the mother of his child or children a narcissist, which is hilarious. We'll get into it
It's
next
funny.
week.
His ex-wife made the same video.
You're right. We'll get into it next week for sure. I'm looking forward to that.
Excellent.
Josie Wales says, Aaron not leaving the show is terrible. He makes jokes too. Terrible person. It is odd to me that his I mean, they're still married, I would imagine, technically. And he's just on MLC. This is all breaking news?
I mean, I'm sure there's more to it that we don't know. If she was like cheating on him or something,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like, well, fuck her. But if there's any, like,
So the joke is
you had a
he got
relationship with
arrested
this
to avoid
person.
doing the local stream.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Johnny Crutcher said, all of you will cry just like I did. All of you.
Oh, boy.
Oh, fuck you. Chad, looking by Nick's eye. Go ahead, Chad. You read this.
Looking by Nick's eye, he must have.
How
have they made this so boring?
I don't know. It's crazy to me. They're so bad at this. I think they're exhausted. They started at 4 today. You know, we started at 6. So
That's
probably
their
too
sports
much.
center, and Kobe's helicopter just went down.
Right.
And they're like, I don't know. What are people saying? What's
so
Johnny Crutch saying?
Steve from Reno says, my favorite player of all time. Yeah, he was good. He was really good. Bobby Laker says, couldn't have happened at a worse time. Yeah, I know. He's a very charitable guy, young children. I'm with you. Like, what the fuck is going on right now, guys? This is breaking news. Could you imagine if you're watching OJ's Bronco drive away from the police officer? You're just like, yeah, so there's a bunch of cops following him, and I don't know. He's probably heading towards Mexico or something. What else is
Guys
going
Upper
on?
Lip said he beat his ex-wife. Well, we're not here to speculate here. Yeah.
Who are these .coms where you want to go to find all things? Who are these podcasts? Who are these socials? And who are these broadcasters related? We're going to be in Las Vegas next week at Hackamania, hackamania.com. Promo code WATP for 20% off. But more importantly, you can go to hackamania.com and you can purchase the streams. You can, for $20, you can stream every event. We got live stand-up. We have a ton of podcasts. Biggest Problem in the Universe going to be there with my buddy Dick Masterson. Who are these podcasts? The Creep Off, NLO, Tukey Soup, Ray DeVito. But you don't have to watch that. The point is, if you go on there and you purchase the stream, you can watch the entire weekend if you're not going to be in Vegas. So go to hackamania.com.
So that's obviously the only reason you're talking about April getting arrested, to sell tickets to that.
I actually got her arrested to move tickets.
I don't understand. I never quite understood how that would work. But
Someone's going to pull that. I know. Carl's really making fun of Aaron Imholt to sell tickets to Hackamania. That's almost like the underwear gnomes from South Park. Step 1, steal underpants.
Well, I'll go to Hackamania if there's a chance he makes fun of Aaron Imholt.
What the fuck are you guys talking about? So stupid. All right. I think we got all the super chats. Let's get the hell out of here, Mike.
Bye-bye.
We had some overtime happening.
It was very exciting
today. Yes, this was very exciting. All right. Thanks, Mike.
Anyway, social media, I'll catch you later, man. Who are these socials?
That's what this audience wants to hear. Like, whoa!
Who are these socials?
I'm the one who should apologize.
Folks, what you were about to see is real.
With Karl.
Okay, we got it.
And Blind Mike.
Who could have thought of that?